You know it, I know it. We all want to move effortlessly, like we haven't got a care in the world, like there's nothing to it, super relaxed. We can do it all day long and twice on Sundays. It takes training, it takes practice. Today we're going to go a bit further into how you can move effortlessly and glide with your jump rope. That is moving around, covering distance. We don't have to stay skipping on the spot, although that does have its benefits. We can move around, which is super cool. Imagine doing laps around a running track or just walking up and down with a rope like this.
I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Be water, my friend.
Kind of like a meditation when you really get into it. This is going to be the third video on this. In the previous two videos, we've introduced this technique and worked on it from the fundamentals. And we said that the easiest way to start learning is to move like a rook or a castle on a chessboard. That's forward and backward, left and right. In the previous video, we looked at left and right. So in this video, we're going to look at forward and backward. And the cool thing about this is you can work to get to a point where you can just walk with the rope. So we're going to get this done in 3 steps. Let's get straight into it. So step 1, as always with every footwork technique, we start without the rope so we can get the rhythm down nicely. Let's start with moving forward. What you're going to do is step with one foot and step out with the other. That's all you've got to remember to start moving. One foot to clear the rotation of the rope, and the other foot needs to step forward to cover distance. Walking with the rope is just interchanging that sequence. Step with one foot, step forward with the other. Step with that foot, step forward with the other. Eventually, you kind of look like Michael Jackson in Thriller. Okay, maybe not, but kind of. Step 2, build the timing. We need to get our hand rotations timed with this rhythm. It's quite an awkward rhythm. A really smart thing to do is to grab your nunchucks and use it for this. And if you haven't got yours already, here's the link. It will allow you to time your rotations with each step without having to trip over the rope every 5 seconds and start again. You get to work on that rotation. Kind of like pilots using a flight simulator before they actually get in the plane and start flying. That's the way I think of it anyway. And by the way, you can use these for other techniques as well, or maybe you're indoors. Or if you're just tired of whipping yourself every couple of seconds and having to start again. I've definitely been there. Moving on, step 3, final step for this one. When you've got your rope to work on bringing it all together, I'd highly recommend starting with high knees with your steps. The reason for this is it gives you a lot of distance to clear the rope as you move, and it also gives you more muscular engagement because we're pushing off now. This isn't just hopping over the rope, we're pushing forward. So if you step your legs up, you can get a stronger drive into the ground to push forward. Eventually, you won't need the high knees. You'll be able to get your timing sharper to the smallest margin so that you don't have to lift your leg all the way up to clear the rope. and you'll be able to push off more with the calf and get a nice effortless walk going. Of course, you can do this forwards, and in the same way you can do this backwards. Now, so far we've looked at straight lines, the castle movement, forward, back, left, right. In order to really glide and move around in circles, we need to start moving at angles. So moving like a bishop in diagonals, we are going to look at in the next video. And eventually you want to get to a point where you can combine it all together and do what I like to call the Tokyo drift.
Call this one the Tokyo drift.
What the fuck?
Look, you just drift round the bend. This one I call it walk it up. You just walk it up. This one I call it back it up.
Oh, pause. What do you call that one?
I don't know, I called it. It's time to take a fucking break.
So keep an eye out for that one. Any questions at all, let me know down below. If you just want to talk about your training, or if you just want to say, hey Glenn, I miss you, let me know down below. It's always a pleasure for me to chat with you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, all the best with your training, and stay raging.